Here we are in Hyde, where once stood a splendid and rather large Benedictine monastery, Hyde Abbey. It was commissioned during the reign of Henry I, and it was supposed to replace the new minster, which had been built to house the bodies of Alfred Ælswitha and Alfred's son Edward. In 1110, the abbey was commissioned, and a procession of monks brought the remains of Alfred and his family up to the abbey. There was a large church, the great church of the abbey, and the coffins were placed in front of the altar. There they reposed undisturbed for a good many years until, sadly, in 1538, 1539, Henry VIII, in the dissolution of the monasteries, decided to destroy it. We are now in the process of excavating by way of a community archaeological digs, people's gardens, to find out more about the foundations of the abbey. And here I bring in David Sperling, whose project this is, another trustee of Hyde900. And I'm going to ask you, David, what have we already discovered during our community archaeological digs?
Thank you, Rose. What we've actually been doing is looking at where the excavations in the abbey have taken place. And if you look at the picture of the abbey, the image of it, there have been a lot of excavations, but not anyone in the cloister area, which is where we are at the moment. Last year we broke the mould as Hyde900 to a first community dig, and that took place in 14 Ælswitha Terrace. And we were lucky enough there to dig down and find one of the abbey walls. And it was the first time the abbey, any of the cloister walls had been located, and what we actually found was the east wall of the south transept of the church. This year we're lucky enough to be able to expand that with a second Hyde900 community dig, and what we'll be doing is digging in the two gardens 14 and 15 King Alfred Terrace. And this is certainly in the cloister area, and we should be finding the walls, and that will be a tremendous achievement if we begin to define the curtilage of the cloister area. There have been some finds already here, so we are very optimistic of finding a lot of interesting artifacts which will add to our understanding of the abbey, and hopefully, having found the walls, we can then start drawing in an accurate definition of the area of the abbey. If we think what we might achieve is, in fact, looking at the chart, we think we might achieve the finding of the refectory area. So whilst the householder would quite like us to find gold, I would be very happy with the odd spoon.
Tell us, Justine, how long have you lived in King Alfred Terrace?
I've been here 20 years.
Golly, you presumably prize your garden?
Yes, when the weather's allows it, yeah.
What made you decide to hand it over to Hyde900 to go digging?
History, and it just fascinating. I was brought up in Italy, so history and archaeology is sort of in my blood, and I just find the whole thing fascinating.
How much do you know about Hyde Abbey?
Little bits, and from neighbours and reading up.
So were you part of the 1999 community dig?
No, but I walked across it every day, walking to the park, and stopped and looked to see what they were up to.
And what do you expect to find underneath your garden?
A spoon would be nice, but I think anything that they find that'll be relevant is...
I think your next door neighbour found some things.
He found some nice tiles, little bits of tiles.
So would it be good to find some more, do you think?
I would like to find some more, yes. I do have a large stone which was found in my garden, but
really?
Chris is looking after it in his shed for the moment.
When the dig is over, what do you then want to retain from your experience?
It would be giving something back to the community and history, really. If they find stuff, it'll be great, because then it'll just add extra bit to the knowledge of Hyde Abbey.
I'm now with Chris Pryor, who lives next door to Justine Field. Chris, how long have you lived here?
Oh, we've lived here for about 20 years.
And I think you've already made some finds in your garden, is that right?
Yeah, in the process of doing various kind of modifications and addition of features in the garden. We've always coming across various bits and bobs which we dig up in the process, yeah.
And what sort of things have you found?
Oh, bits of masonry, floor tile, bits of column, decorated masonry, all sorts of things really.
What made you decide to hand over your garden to Hyde900 to go digging again?
Well, if you can get somebody else to do the digging for you, it's much better than having to do it yourself, isn't it? It saves on the back pain, yeah.
Once the dig is over, what will you have achieved in your own mind?
Well, hopefully it'll contribute to a little bit more of the knowledge about the layout and formation of Hyde Abbey. I know that the back gardens haven't been excavated very much in the past, so adding to what we already know about the layout of the monastery would be great. Yeah.